Hello everyone, here for one last episode on the East Coast, and this time we're taking care of our tummies with some famous New England foods. My name is Amy and welcome back to Live Your FulList. Lobster, pizza, and syrup. Oh my. Not all in one dish though. That'd be pretty gross. I love food, and I am so excited to go out and try some of New England's most popular dishes. Not a whole lot else to say in the prelude to this food trip, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. First up, we have Maine Lobster. So, rather than paying an exorbitant amount for a lobster roll, we are at a Hannaford in Maine, and we are going to have them boil the lobster in store for us. Next up, we have to crack the lobster and extract all the meat. 30 minutes later. Alright, so we've put a desired amount of mayo or Miracle Whip into the lobsters. Lobsters will go into these beautiful rolls, and then just add butter and then eat. Maine lobster is good lobster. So I have had lobster rolls on the West Coast, and now I have also tried fresh Maine lobster. And I can say there's not a huge disparity between the two, but lobster rolls here definitely taste a bit more fresh. And if you make it yourself, you get to add as much mayonnaise and butter as you want. Second up on our list of New England foods is the potato donut. Yes, potatoes in a donut. So unbeknownst to me, apparently Maine is super well known for their potatoes. And a woman named Lee Kellis, however you pronounce it, she decided to make a potato-based donut and quickly expanded her business with her unique recipe and opened the Holy Donut in Portland, Maine. The Holy Donut has now become the most well-known potato donut shop in the country. I got the apple cider flavor, and we'll see how that tastes. So as I chew, let's talk about the texture. So you know how most donuts are kind of airy? Well, these donuts are super creamy. They melt in your mouth, and no, they don't taste like potatoes. So if you can get past the mental picture, the addition of mashed potatoes to the donut recipe is pretty ingenious. That's pretty good. Got a bite of apple in there. Donut glaze all over. Worth it to stop there? I'd say so. Make sure you get there early enough to get the full selection of their goods, but stop in at the Holy Donut to try Maine's potato donuts. So the last of the Maine food would have been Maine blueberries, but since it's winter, they're out of season, and I've heard that they won't taste much different than any other frozen blueberry good. So we're gonna skip reviewing those for this video and head on down to Boston. Alright, we got some Rena's Pizza, north end of Boston, with freshly shaved Parmesan on it. Alright, so I've been told that Boston pizza is just as good as New York pizza, so pretty good pizza. So I'd say Boston pizza is probably the closest that I've been to tasting pizza as good as I had in Italy. So pretty good. All right, so we're here at Clam Box of Ipswich in Ipswich, Massachusetts. Gonna try some fried clam bellies. All right, so fried clam belly. Again, while I'm munching, I'll talk a little bit about clams. So clam strips are all I've ever had before, but apparently in New England, whole clam bellies are the way to go. Clam strips are chewy like calamari, whereas whole clams are more tender and it's good. It tastes a little richer than a clam strip. It's good. I'd recommend it. Let's head on up to New Hampshire now for the last of the New England foods. Okay, so lead into our next food item, cider donuts. So cider donuts are another type of New England donut, but these have apple cider in them, and instead of being fried, they are baked. All right, so we got this cider donut from Tender Crop Farms. It's falling apart, that's how soft it is. Give this a try. It's coated in cinnamon and sugar. That's a yummy donut. Look at that, it just crumbles. So good. I have to say, apple cider donuts have given potato donuts a run for their money. Don't tell the potato people. All right, another food item that is all over New England are whoopie pies. These are traditionally made with chocolate cake and formed into a sandwich with a marshmallow fluff filling. I did try one of these, but I did not get it on camera, and my reaction was less than pleasant. I have never been a fan of chocolate cake, and in my opinion, whoopie pies are a tad on the sickeningly sweet side. But if super sugary is your thing, by all means, grab a whoopie pie while you're in New England. And speaking of sweets, next on our list of things to try in New England is 100% pure maple syrup. It doesn't really matter where you get it from, it's all gonna be good here. It comes straight from the maple trees. So we're gonna whip up some pancakes because you need a vehicle for your maple syrup. And we'll see how it tastes. All right, so we got our first pancake. Crack this open. Whoops. Oh yeah. Just drench it. Yum! How to compare different maple syrups. Well, I grew up eating maple syrup that my grandma made, which was water, sugar, and a little mapleine, and I loved it. Then I went to a friend's house and had Mrs. Buttersworth or Aunt Jemima or whatever. Never liked those. Some people love those though. And then a few years ago, I had Costco's pure maple syrup. And I believe they sourced that from Canada, and it was pretty good. I ended up favoring that over what my grandma used to make. But it's still nothing compared to New England maple syrup. So, it's not as sweet as other syrup that you'd get, because it comes straight from the tree. And I don't know, it just tastes more pure. Last but certainly not least, on this cold winter day in New Hampshire, we're going to head to the Old Salt restaurant at LeMay's Inn to grab some famous New England clam chowder to warm us up. All right, back in the warm car. Oh, so good. Let's try it. Oh yeah. Oh, look how thick that is. Perfect for a cold day. Good quantity of clams in there. Traditional New England clam chowder in New England. I'll give you a closer look here. Yum. So I've had chowder probably about 4 or 5 times since coming to New England, because as much as the West Coast says that they're serving New England clam chowder, it's just not quite the same. Roundabout Diner and the Old Salt restaurant were probably my favorite chowders since coming here, but I'm sure there are plenty of other restaurants that have chowder that are just as good. I hope you enjoyed taking this New England food tour with me. There are plenty of other New England food staples out there, but these were a few of my favorites, and I highly recommend that you try all of them if you are ever in the area, especially if you love food as much as I do. That's all for this episode of Live Your Full List. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next video of me crossing something off of my full list, and don't forget to keep crossing items off of your full lists. See you next time. Bye!